All right, welcome everyone. It's Anna Runyon from classycareergirl.com, and today we have Jennifer Kroiss. She's a career strategist at Kroiss Consulting, and she is here with us to talk to us a little bit more about her experience of starting a business. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Yes. So tell us a little bit more about some of the fears you had when you were starting a business.
Oh, what fears did I not have? Everything was unknown, so really for me, I was coming out of a corporate background. Corporate's all I've known. It's all I've done. So it was going into that almost unstructured area where I wasn't the expert. And that was really tough for me. And it was really tough not being the person who knew the answers, but having to understand that I had to go to others for that as well. So it was the fear of the unknown. It's hard to be strategic sometimes when you don't know what's next and you're not well versed in that area. So I had to get my mind around that.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit more about your business journey and where you're at right now.
Well, as I mentioned, I used to be in corporate America. That was up until 2 months ago. So I just left at the end of September. And I am in phase 4, the entrepreneurial phase. Left the business. I have some paying clients, getting really good results from that, and really starting to build out things. So I did do things a little differently in the sense of I really wanted to know that I had given 100% in my corporate role, and then kind of build the bare bones of my business. And when I left the corporate position, be able to hit the ground running. So it's kind of taken me the past month or so to really build things up where I want them. But I already had referrals coming before I'd even left the company.
No, that was awesome when I heard that.
So I was getting paying customers a lot quicker than I anticipated. So getting those clients was really kind of that self-esteem as well, self-esteem booster and really a good motivator. So that's where I'm at now, is really kind of catching up to the business.
That's awesome. Yeah, you have gone through quite a journey. It's been fun to watch. So tell us kind of what you were thinking before you joined CRP, before you made this commitment. I know this was really big for you.
Yes. So I had never seen myself leaving corporate ever. But my favorite part of my job and being a manager was really developing people, building teams, getting the best out of people, helping them get to their success and recognize what was best in them. So whether it was interviewing, mentoring, like I said, leadership positions. And I accidentally stumbled into one of your ads, is I think how it started, on Facebook, and was like, oh gosh, there's an actual world out here that you could do this as a full-time job. Instead of just a portion of what I do, and it's scalable. It's boundaryless in the sense of even though there's just me, I can really maximize myself, my knowledge, and really help other people.
And your dogs.
And my dog, yeah, and I like being at home with my dog, so that works out well as also. But so that's what motivated me. And then when I got into CRP and got into your program and saw oh my gosh, there's someone who has a similar background to me and was able to really kind of make it into this entrepreneurial space, which was really exciting to me. I knew I wanted to be involved. So and then that's what helped me make the leap.
And what kind of challenges did you kind of go through, problems and challenges? I know one big one. I'll see if you mention it. But
I don't know. For me, mindset was the biggest challenge, in the sense of kind of that psychological. I left a pension. I left a a guaranteed 6-figure income, the benefits that go with that. And really my identity. I was very used to, hi, I'm Jennifer Kroiss of, or with, that type of thing. And now being with Kroiss Consulting, it's just kind of been that mental switch. That would be the biggest thing in my opinion. What's yours? What would you say for me?
Well, I would say for you, I remember having one conversation about the time, because you worked many hours. And I remember trying to figure out when you were going to find time in the day to devote to your business.
Yeah. And that's actually a great point. And it's funny how quickly you forget that. I was
letting you forget.
I was very used to that 60 plus, 70-hour work week, 7 days a week, always available, that type of thing. And so that's probably one of the reasons too, I felt pretty strongly about understanding what I want to do, validating that there's a market and the potential for it, that I will get paid, that type of thing, and build out the bare bones, knowing that it would have been even more challenging to have done everything, launched, have business and all that while still at my company. Mm-hmm. So I made it work for what I needed in my situation.
Mm-hmm. And how did it make you feel when like you knew you were going on this uncharted territory?
Scared and excited, but much more excited than anything. Excited, it's amazing to know that there's just a community out there like CRP of so many people that even though you're not doing the same thing, it's the same concept, and whether it's within social media or different CRMs, things like that, that there's support and there's people who have done it before you, and everyone's experts in different areas. So to me, it was more exciting than anything once I wrapped my mind around it.
That's awesome. So you found CRP through an ad, it sounds like?
Facebook. Yeah.
Facebook ad, okay.
Yep.
So when did you make that decision to really go headfirst into starting your business?
The conversation, we had a phone call, and he helped me understand what the program would be, and looking at the commitment and that type of thing. So I knew if I was going to invest time as well as financially, that it was something I really wanted to do. But more so than that, I knew once I was more excited about working on the different modules, things like that, and seeing what's going on in the Facebook group and choosing to make the time for that, I knew that's kind of where my heart was, versus going into the office every day.
Yeah, I think that's such a big point because it's like you really have to choose and you make that decision and you make that commitment, and you did too. Yes. I think you were more too, like once you put the money down, you were like, okay, now I got to do it and I got to follow through. And I think that works sometimes too.
Yep, absolutely.
So what did you do first in CRP when you joined?
Facebook group, as far as just seeing what was going on and who was in there. But really, I'm kind of an organized person. So it was sitting down right away, seeing what the different modules were, seeing how things were coming out, and really figuring out what did I want, and using the worksheets to really get myself there and get a much clearer picture. So that was really important to me.
So what did you think when you first joined?
Again, I was blown away. I've always wanted to find a community of very strong, very professional women that are there to support one another. It's, there's not the office gossip, there's not those type of things. And that's what this was. And it's been very clear since day one that it's very professional, it's very supportive. People go out of their way to help each other, which I think is pretty neat. And it's just really cool. And I've been involved for a while, and will be for a long time. Yeah. I've never seen anything different, and I think that starts from the top down, just like any organization. And so that starts with you. And so I saw that from day one, with our phone call, and it's been exactly what I've expected in that regard.
Awesome. So what sticks with you that you learned the most? What helped you the most in the beginning to get off the ground?
Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. That would be the biggest thing. So I know for me, because I tend to be very type A, very perfectionist, I can freeze when I get overwhelmed. And I think one of the things you teach very quickly is just kind of keep moving forward, do something, set the goals, those type of things, and just keep doing it, and get it done, and I needed that, because otherwise it's amazing how quickly a week goes by, and then all of a sudden it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you just really need to keep the ball rolling.
Yeah. And how many years again did you work for your other company too? I don't think we really haven't emphasized how long of a history, you and how much you had worked your way up to the top too, you had put so much time and effort into your career. What did that feel like making that transition?
Well, it would have been 12 years.
You beat 12 me. Years. I was 8.
So it would have been 12 years in November. And that was tough because, like I've said a few times, I never imagined that I would be leaving. And that's where I plan to retire from. So it goes back to that mindset again. I really needed to work through that. But that's what this program helped me to do, is realize that I really want to impact a lot more people. And that helped me, kind of make that decision to walk out that door.
Mm-hmm. Did people think you were a little crazy?
No, the really cool thing was, it was genuine shock. People were very, again, I'm very, very much committed to my company at that time. So people were very surprised that I was leaving the company. But the cool thing was, before they even knew what I was doing, it was, how can we support you? What are you doing? How can I support you? How can I help, how can I help you with my network, to help you in whatever you're doing? So it's extremely supportive. And I still hear from people every day. from my old company. So, or see them, hear from them, text, whatever it is. So it's something that definitely that door didn't shut in any way. It's just really enhanced what I'm doing.
I love that, because so many people are worried about leaving and having other people mad at them, and who is ever going to be able to replace how great I am, And so your story is like inspiring because you left on great terms. People supported you. I think, didn't you say you even got like clients, or like you got a client on your last day, or like people wanted to work
before I left? Yep. Yeah. So it's been nothing but supportive. And what was neat about it though, is I was talking with one person who connected me with an extremely influential person in their network, which he didn't even realize because he didn't 100% know what I was going to be doing. But like he said, you've helped me. He's like, you've gotten me into 2 different roles in the company through developing me, and helping me and guiding me in feedback. I don't care what you're doing next. I just know I want to support you. I trust you. I know you'll represent me, very well when I use my name, with you. So that's what I'd like to do for you. So it was pretty neat. And to your point, I had clients before I left.
Yes.
And sorry if you can hear sneezing, my dog.
Bless you.
Yeah, apparently there's air or dust in here. But yeah, so that was pretty neat. It made it a really positive experience, and it's definitely helped me understand how to leave a company on very good terms. So
yeah. And I think you also used your experience in growing your business too. I mean, you've gotten off the ground so quickly as well, like once you finally did make that leap. So bringing all that, you're not starting from scratch.
No.
That's a misconception. Like you can bring your experience in and it can help you succeed too. And you've modeled that for sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So what do you think life would have been like if you had not committed to CRP?
Oh, very different. I definitely would not be home at 3:00 in the afternoon. So it definitely would have been, in the office early morning, late at night, always available. My stress level was completely different than it is now. Obviously, I'm working for myself now. There's stress involved with that, but it's stress that I control and I manage. And really, I own it, so I own the outcomes of what I'm doing. And that's awesome. So I don't even know how to phrase it in the sense we just had a family gathering and they're like, oh my gosh, there's your smile. Like we haven't seen that smile in a long time, so I really feel like I'm who I'm meant to be, and doing what I'm doing. So I loved my job. I loved what I did and all those opportunities and skill set it gave me, but it would have been the same thing every week, just a little different story. Whereas now I really can change the script whenever I want.
Yeah, I was going to kind of say the same thing too, like, cause I can tell too, like you're just a lot less stressed, I think. Like there's not this huge weight on your shoulders that you had for so long.
Oh yeah. I used to be at the chiropractor every week, like all these things. I mean, just between the stress, sitting in meetings all day, all of those things. But like I tell people now, when I went to work before, when I went to my office and my job, I had to wear a mask. You have to do that when you're in management. You're there for the company, you have to walk the line, those type of things. Whereas now I am the company, and CRP gave me that, CRP literally gave me my life in that regard. So
I love that quote. I am the company.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. Good, bad, otherwise. It's really, as from the entrepreneurial aspect, it can be very high. It can be very low sometimes. But knowing that I have a community of women that I can reach out to, whether it's at that high, at that low, or at the normal every day to day. That's what CRP gives me.
Love it. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the results? I know some of them, but what are some results that you've seen now in your business that you're proud of?
The results I'm most proud of are the ones that I've been getting here in the last few weeks of feedback from people who are, have been the early clients for me. So it's getting those emails of, hey, you know what? I just had this group interview and because we had 3 sessions together, I completely understood what was expected of me. It's almost like I knew the questions before they asked, and I'm just comfortable. And then finding out a week later, hey, I got the job, or hey, I got the promotion, those type of things. And saying, can I give you a testimonial from people who don't even really understand this world, and kind of this type of thing, just wanting to know how they can kind of pay it forward and who they can refer. So to me, that's been the exciting part, is already seeing, the results from the clients that I'm working with.
I love that. Because it's not, I mean, I know you got your first invoice. Did you end up framing it too?
That's right. I did. I did. I wish I had that. I don't have it on me right now. But yeah, so that was kind of like we were joking about, just like the first dollar bill, you know, at a business. It was the first invoice that I had paid.
I love that.
So that was fun, you know, and it was typical of a business too, in the sense of I sent out the invoice and they didn't get it the first time. You know, and it was like, oh, okay, let me figure out what's going on in the system. You know, oh, okay, you know, fix that. You know, whereas before it would have been going to someone else to do that. Now it's me, and just figuring that out. So it made it very satisfying to get that first payment.
I love that, and so it's important to get that first payment. But I love that you're most happy and most proud of the impact that you've made in someone else's life because of your business, and that's what like so many of in CRP are all about. It's like the impact and making the difference. And that's what this is, to me, is all about too, is like the bigger mission and purpose that we run our businesses with. So I love that. I love that so much. So where can people find out more about you, Jennifer?
Well, I didn't make it too hard. The website is www.jenniferkroiss.com. So it's KROISS.com. So jenniferkroiss.com.
Awesome. So so basically to summarize, what I've heard here is a lot of the like mindset stuff, a lot of the challenges that you were facing. The time management was huge because you were working many, many hours and finding the time and then making the leap and really diving in and making the commitment to pursue this business and pursue the life of who you were meant to be.
Yes.
So now Jennifer is the company.
Exactly. I am the company. Yes. Yeah, I feel like we should get t-shirts made.
Yeah. You can trademark that one.
Thanks.
And so less stress, way more happy, and just like living the life that she's supposed to. So do you have any last words of wisdom for the people listening today?
You know, I would say just do it, you know, and remember, again, like I said earlier, it's taking that imperfect action and being confident in yourself and trusting yourself, you know, and we're all amazing. You know, we just have to go out and do it and not shy away from it. So I think especially as women, sometimes we downplay that, and we're pretty awesome. So just trust in yourself, you know, and make sure that you're setting yourself up to be successful.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.